What happens when the Coast Guard intercepts a mysterious vessel in restricted waters, only to discover the woman on board carries credentials that shouldn't exist? Today's story will make you question everything you think you know about the people who serve in the shadows. But before we dive into this incredible tale, make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. You don't want to miss stories like this one. Picture this. It's barely dawn on the Gulf Coast, and the fog is so thick you can barely see 20 feet ahead. The Coast Guard's been on high alert lately. There's been a bunch of smuggling activity, and they're not taking any chances. So there's this radar operator, probably nursing his third cup of coffee, when he spots something weird on his screen. A boat. No transponder signal, no recent registration, and get this, it's cruising right through a naval testing zone like it owns the place. The commander takes one look and goes, "Nope, we're checking this out." He orders an intercept, tells his crew to expect anything. And honestly, they had no idea what they were about to walk into. So the Coast Guard cutter pulls up alongside this beat-up trawler. The boarding team's all business. Life vests, radios crackling, the whole 9 yards. They're expecting drugs, maybe weapons, definitely some kind of trouble. Instead, they find this woman. Early 40s, weathered fishing gear, and these eyes that they've seen things, you know? She's calm as a cucumber, standing at the helm like she's been expecting them. The boarding officer starts with the usual questions. "Ma'am, can we see your papers? What's your business out here?" Her answers are short and sweet. "Just fishing. Papers are outdated but technically legal." Her story checks out on paper, but something's off. One of the crew members later said, "She moved like military. Not obvious, but if you knew what to look for, it was there." They start going through the boat. Standard procedure, right? The hold's got bait, fuel, personal stuff, nothing suspicious. But here's where it gets interesting. One of the officers finds a hidden compartment. Now, everyone's thinking, jackpot. This is where they'll find the drugs or the cash or whatever. The woman doesn't even flinch. She just stands there, hands at her sides, watching. The officer opens it up and finds a locked case. That's it. No drugs, no weapons, just this old, worn leather case. The woman still says nothing, just nods like, "Go ahead, open it." So the boarding officer opens this case, and inside there's just an old ID wallet, the kind that's been through hell and back, leather's cracked, edges worn smooth. He flips it open, and at first glance, it looks like any government ID that's seen better days. But then he really looks at it. The insignia is mostly rubbed off, but what's left makes his blood run cold. This isn't just any government ID. This is from a Black Ops program that officially doesn't exist. The expiration date? Over 10 years old. But here's the kicker. The clearance code is still there. Red Eclipse. And this guy, he's been Coast Guard for 15 years. He knows what that means. That code means this person answers to exactly one authority, the very top of the food chain. His hands are literally shaking as he radios the commander. "Sir, we need an urgent verification with headquarters. Like, right now." The response from headquarters comes back in less than 2 minutes. Not questions. Not "bring her in for questioning." Just 4 words that changed everything. "Render all honors. Stand down." Then, no seizure, no report. Withdraw immediately. The boarding team is looking at each other like, what the hell just happened? The commander himself comes aboard, and when he sees this woman, his face goes white as a sheet. He actually salutes her, uses her title, not her name, just "ma'am." The crew's freaking out internally. This isn't a smuggler. This isn't some random fishing boat. This is something way bigger than any of them signed up for. The woman takes her ID back, nods once, and that's it. No explanations, no threats, no dramatics. Just gets back to her business like nothing happened. The Coast Guard withdraws, and the official report? Routine contact, no incident. Her vessel's track gets wiped from the records. The whole thing gets buried so deep it might as well have never happened. But that night, back at the base, the rumors start flying. Ghost operatives, black budget programs, people who operate above the law. Some of the younger crew try Googling that clearance code. Nothing. Just redacted files and whispers on veteran forums about a unit that disappeared after some overseas operation went sideways. Now here's what really happened that night. What none of those Coast Guard officers ever found out. Alone in her cabin, this woman checks encrypted messages on a satellite phone that looks like it survived a war. Then she opens another hidden compartment. Not weapons, not money, but an old military patch and a letter so worn you can barely read it. She traces that patch with her finger, and for just a moment, you can see the weight of everything she's carrying. Turns out, she used to be a top-tier intelligence operative, the kind they don't put in movies because the real story is too classified. She was supposed to be dead. Officially, she is dead. Died in a helicopter accident during a botched extraction overseas. But she survived, made herself disappear, and now she's doing something that would make your head spin. That fishing trip was actually a cover for a rendezvous with a deep cover informant. She wasn't working for the US government anymore. She was passing critical intelligence to an allied nation, helping prevent a terrorist attack that could have killed thousands. By dawn, she's gone. Boat repainted, new registration, vanished like smoke. The only trace she leaves behind is that old patch slipped into a crack at a memorial for fallen service members. The Coast Guard team never gets answers to their questions. The commander, who used to be strictly by the book, quietly tells his crew something that stuck with them. Not all heroes want medals or witnesses. And that's the truth, isn't it? Some of the most important work, the stuff that really matters, happens in the shadows, done by people whose names will never make the news, whose sacrifices will never be celebrated. That memorial, with that worn patch tucked into a crack, it's still there. A reminder that sometimes the most extraordinary people are the ones you'd walk past on the street without a second glance. Stories like this make you realize how much we don't know about the world around us. How many ghosts are walking among us, carrying secrets we can't even imagine. If this story got you thinking, smash that like button and let me know in the comments, have you ever encountered someone who seemed like more than they appeared? And don't forget to subscribe for more incredible stories that'll make you question everything you think you know about the world.